Hello everyone, I will be demonstrating my module project, which was to focus on C Sharp, but particularly to focus on creating C Sharp scripts within Unity. So this project is continuing off of my last one where I'm trying to create a strategy-based turn game data tracker. So the point is that my siblings have this game they like to play with their Legos, where they create a bunch of minifigures and different little vehicles, and then they take turns moving them around based off a certain amount of spaces and doing certain amount of damage based off attack and stuff like this. And so this whole program is sort of a data tracker for that. So I'll just demonstrate how it works. So far, it may not seem like there's a lot. It doesn't seem like there's actually a lot going on, but it actually took me quite a while to get all of these scripts set up and make sure that they all work together. And there's a lot of debugging involved. So I'm pretty proud with the progress I've made so far, and I can't wait to keep it going. Obviously, the biggest thing is that it lacks a lot of detail and actual graphic design. That of course will come later after I know everything works. So let's go ahead and start it. So we're at the main scene. So when I hit start, it's loading up all my scripts. And you can see that I've got all of these objects and I have scripts attached to them. So I'm going to hit start game, and it takes me to an entirely different scene. It takes me to the player menu number 1. And so this also has a lot of different objects with its own scripts. Like this one has the go to menu script, and these buttons are working with different objects that have their scripts and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to enter 2 players. And so now we're at player menu number 2, and you can see that it says enter player number 1's name. I'm just going to type in some nonsense, enter the second player, and hit enter. And so what's really neat here is, I should have shown you before, but this panel right here, this sort of yellowish panel, is actually a prefab, and it was generated based off of the number of users I inputted. For example, so if I go back to my canvas, I believe it's here. Yep, player parent. And you can see here that I have 2 panels that were created. Obviously, the second player is set to inactive because we want to start with the first player. But all of this was generated from a prefab, which was really cool. And I can show you that script I have right inside of my director. My director is my main script. That's kind of like holds all of the information for everything. So if I load into here, I scroll down. This was probably the most complicated method I wrote. I had to use these instantiate keywords and do a lot of finding. So this one took a lot for me to get rid of, just because I'm not familiar with any of the Unity classes or methods or stuff. So I'm not familiar with this stuff, so it took me a while to learn. But so basically this is going to generate those panels that displays all this information based off of the number of players. And so I create player objects, and they're stored inside this list of players. And so each of these players contains, the number, the name, the credits, health, all of the information relative, and as well as the methods relative to that player. And so it's really neat to have Unity generate this display thing that shows all of that information using the methods available. So I'm just going to end it. Oh, actually, so this is where I have ended so far. This is the max progress I have. I got these displayed, and then if I hit buy, I still have to do these different action menus. So this is kind of as far as I've gotten. But just to re-show you how that prefab works, if I go to my game menu scene, you'll see that it's empty. There's nothing here except the buttons. But if I open up, if I can find it, my prefabs, you'll see that this is the prefab that is not it is not part of the scene until it gets generated based off of how many users have entered, which I think is really neat. Same with the the unit panel info. So this will display all of the different units, name and health and moves inside of this little lighter area. And then the point is to have the sort of quick summary of all the units right here, and then when the user hovers over that unit to the side, it will display all of the information, including an image of that unit. So we'll display more descriptive information such as the type, the class, its description, the amount of moves left, and its range. And so, but in order to see if that all works, of course, I'm still have to get my buy scene set up so that I can actually start so the user can actually add units to their army and start getting that built up and printed out. So then we can actually test to see if that other stuff prints out. But anyway, so yeah, my project is based off of creating C# scripts and inside Unity, getting familiar with the Unity engine, and it was a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the game design. It takes a lot of debugging and learning, but it's definitely been really awesome to see it kind of come together. And it's far better than just having a console based, terminal based game, and it's really neat to have this display like this. So I can't wait to get this started. Continue to work on this, and this will also be continuing to work on in my next module as well.